and industries are located from all over the country by entrepreneurs from all over the country. Nevertheless, this dharti of Sindh bears all the expense of that activity. Jero tero security arrangement ahi ya kone wo provide ti kare. Jedi teri sewerage ai pani jo mayo wo the pyo un sa. Po asanja road har ॾींहुं जेको तव्हां ॾिसो हिन वक़्तु बि मूंखे बि देरि थी अचण में choked in traffic सां छाजे लाइ all this opportunity cost is wasted. And our ports, in spite of the establishment of ports up country, we said this port is still, along with now Port Qasim, Pipri, serving the rest of Pakistan also. So give us a small 5% recompense. This was not, this revenue collection charge is not some animal that we created. No. Revenue collection and the provision of taxes therefrom for the collecting province or state is an element recognized internationally. Japan does it almost 100%. Indonesia does it to more than half of its revenues. Bombay in India is allowed the same criteria. So is now Andhra Pradesh. But here it was viewed as if Sindh is asking for the moon. We were looked at with contempt when we asked for this thing. Leave alone the so-called big brother, but there were others also, you know, from the north that looked upon us as if we were saying something that is almost treason. And openly it was said ultimately, when we kept on raising it in meeting after meeting, that you are out to break the country by asking this. Now this is how they behave. Hell of a big shame. Now octroi, तांखे खबर है, the Karachi municipality वगैरह जे लाइ, हैदराबाद जी लाइ, वो टंडे आदम लाइ भी वॾी सोर्स हुई इनकम जी म्युनिसिपालिटियुनि जे लाइ. उहा साईं वई हिननि ख़तमु करे छॾी. ऐं हिननि वाइदो कयो त असां तव्हांखे ॾींदासूं इन जे एवज़ में सेल्स टैक्स जो 2.5% we'll set it aside and give it to you, to the provinces, on the basis of whatever you collected. The last collection made in the year of abolition, we are going to give you that. Sindh was the biggest collector of octroi. Fine. For 1 year they gave it. From the next year, they tinkered with that formula. And now, since the last 3 years, they say even that which is totally our share is to be put into the divisible pool and shared by all 4 provinces on the basis of population. Never has there been such dina dasti, chori and brigandry. अच्छा पोइ तव्हां CDL जो नालो ॿुधो हूंदोसि, कैश डेवलपमेंट लोन. इहा मिलंदी हुई या हरू भरू सूबनि ते इम्पोज़ कई वेंदी त इहा वठो ऐं डेवलपमेंट जे लाइ. These days it doesn't happen, but in the past decades, 3 decades almost, up to 85 it was given. And the interest charged was 19%, 17 to 19% a band of interest. And on it, if you did not pay, it was compound interest charge. Now Sindh had a bill of 105 billion had been mounted up to 2003. In a meeting where this Musharraf was not, he was chief executive or God knows what such usurper role, he had presided over the people who constituted the NFC. So I had raised the subject that look, this much is being charged and such a large amount is accumulated, and you will not believe it, that the rate of interest goes up to 23% because of compounding. So he says, this is riba. I said, no, this is the daddy of riba. Yeah. And the man said, isko waive kar do, as is his habit, waive kar do. So we thought, well, great, waive ho jayega, this entire amount, 105 that had accumulated. On it, which we have already paid 81 billion in interest. Rupees 81 billion we have paid. So we waited and we straight away wrote, knowing the bad habits of the Ministry of Finance that they will play tricks, we wrote to them that this has been decided. You were there, everybody was there, finance minister was there. They stalled it for 3 months, and after that they give you a reply that this item, yes, the CEO said that, but it was not on the agenda. And there was no formal agenda for this meeting. Such is the weight, such is the worth or the worthlessness of that man's promise. What can you say? And as far as the meetings of the Finance Commission were concerned, they had been hijacked by somebody else. You know, the Constitution envisages it to be a venerable, respectable body. But the way the Commission has been treated and allowed itself to be maltreated, it was often seen in the garb of a Rajwada Panchayat. कॾहिं साईं मीटिंग थी आहे, को अनाउंसमेंट, को नोटिस कोन्हे, वियासीं, मां त कोन वियुसि, ख़ुदा जो शुक्र आहे, पर ॿिया विया ऐं ख़बर पई त मीटिंग पंजाब हाउस में आहे, इस्लामाबाद वारे पंजाब हाउस में, हुते हमरा विया, हुते उन्हनि खे चयो वियो त न उहो पिंडी वारे पंजाब हाउस में आहे, रावलपिंडी वारे में, हुते चीफ मिनिस्टर साहब रहियल आहे, त मीटिंग हुते पई थिए, चीफ मिनिस्टर जी न NFC जी, पंजाब जो चीफ मिनिस्टर छाकाणि हुते रहियल आहे, हुते विया माण्हू, हुतां ख़बर पई त न वो चौधरी साहब की कोठी के ऊपर है मीटिंग. This is the disgrace that the NFC was meted out with. Yeah, that's the disgrace. Now, if we talk about the formation of an independent commission, that is what indeed it should be. That is what indeed does prevail in countries like India, our great neighbor, and Australia. Now, the Government of India Act, which is the mother of all constitutions in the subcontinent, including, of course, India's and ours, did not specifically provide for a machinery like a finance commission for determining the distribution of taxes. No, it did not do that. But it did say that such distribution, way back when it was implemented or about to be implemented in 1936, that these taxes would be distributed by an order executive of the government